I'm exactly 3 coffees deep, and I am ready to do this. Hey y'all, just combing out my faux fur. That is what I do anytime I wash these things. I never put it through the dryer just because the heat tends to melt the fibers because it is, fake fur. So what I do is I wash it on cold water, and then by the time it's done spinning through the machine, it's usually somewhat dry. So then I bring it downstairs, comb it out nice and straight, and then usually set it in the sun, and it's dry in an hour. And yes, this is specifically a comb for faux fur. I didn't buy it like that or anything. It just, one day became the designated faux fur comb. I don't know what it is exactly about taking something that looks kind of worn out and then just like making it, not brand new, but better. There's something so satisfying about that. But you might be wondering why I'm doing this, and the answer to that is that we have company coming for Thanksgiving. My brother and sister-in-law and their 2 kids are going to be visiting for Thanksgiving. And I mean, not that they care about the condition of the faux fur, but something that I like to do. I like to deep clean before anyone comes. I like to make sure everything's like nice and neat. Though I have been told time and time again that sometimes leaving your house just a little bit messy is a bit more inviting than having it like perfect. But I kind of feel like I have a lot of stuff that I have to do on Thanksgiving, a lot of cooking that I have to do, and I just want to get the whole house nice and orderly. So that's just one less thing on my mind when I'm cooking. There, that looks pretty good. Doesn't look half bad for being almost 4 years old. Kieran is down for a nap in his bassinet. He fell asleep looking at the tree. He loves it so much. I already know a bunch of people are going to say it. No blankets, no loose bedding. But he is within my eyesight. I'm supervising him. And he does have his little belly movement monitor on him. So if anything should happen, I will immediately know about it. So things really aren't too bad around the house right now. We did a lot of the picking up of most things last night. Of course, I just made a big faux fur mess right there, but we have some real fur to deal with. Kieran has been getting a little bit more startled by loud sounds lately, so I'm hoping that he'll sleep through all the vacuuming. So that is on the agenda today. Deep clean, just the downstairs and the bathrooms and the stairs. I don't want to put too much. I usually put as much as I can on a to-do list, so I remember to write it again the next day, but I have broken it down in today and this week, so it makes it take a little bit of pressure off me because I am a little bit overwhelmed with the whole idea of hosting again after a long time, and just don't want to put too much pressure on myself. So yeah, I've split up the to-dos into today and then this week. Anyway, I am gonna get to vacuuming. Now, Cameron did buy me this little miniature fur vacuum, so I don't have to use the scraper. But let's be real, there's something oddly satisfying about scraping it off. I do use the vacuum on the couches now because they're a little bit more static than this material, so it tends to just be a lot harder to scrape those. But yeah, I'll show you the mini vacuum in a second. It's amazing. And I know, I get it all the time. Why would I have so many cats if I had to do this much cleaning weekly? Yeah, it's just because I love them. I love them. It's kind of at this stage where he'll be sleeping and then he'll open his eyes, and if I'm not right there for him to see, he'll cry out, and sometimes hysterically. And normally when I start hearing him stirring, like if we're in the sewing room or something, I'll just pop over there and he'll open his eyes a little bit and I'll be like, hey, and then he'll go back to sleep. But if he doesn't see me, he's definitely like gonna say something about it. You would do that, Damien. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get rid of these balloons. Sorry, Kameron. I know it's your birthday balloons. Just waiting for him to close his eyes.
Oh, you're awake now, huh? Yeah.
Hoping his play gym will entertain him a little bit. Oh my gosh. I feel like he's gotten way heavier. I'm gonna have to check his weight. Whew. Yeah, look in your book. You like those, huh? Animals? I feel like I've done nothing and I'm so exhausted. Got all the throw blankets. I think this is the way I fold it. Throw blankets washed. I like to fold them like little Swiss rolls. Ooh, it has gotten pretty cold. Kieran is finally back down for a nap, so I'm gonna see if I can finish what I started. I would say this and cleaning the couches is probably the two most satisfying things. I cook with a lot of oil, so this I have to clean, scrub at least once a week. Sounds awful, but it's pretty satisfying to look at. Of course, you know, no deep clean is complete without wiping down your oils. Oh, don't worry, spices too. I don't know, I just have this thing about oily residue. I hate it. Microwave's actually not looking too shabby, but we'll get in there anyway. The counters are finished, and I'm gonna unload the dishwasher real quick, put the other dishes in the dishwasher, and then I'll show you the part that people think is the most nitpicky of all. All right, here's the part that everyone thinks it's apparently crossing a line. I have to wash the soap off of these bottles. I cannot stand looking at it. Pretty sure these were meant to be one-time use bottles, but I've been cleaning them off every week like this. I want to say we bought them 4.5 years ago, so they still look new. Yep, we just refill them. Buy hand soap and dish soap in bulk, and then just keep the big thing of it under the sink and then refill it as needed. Well, that about does it for all the countertops. Now it's time to work on the floor. Getting pretty close to the dinner time, so I'm gonna wash these out. All right, I'm gonna be really thorough. Honestly surprised I don't clean homes for a living, because I do details that most people ignore. So I do the floors once a week, and as you can see, this is where the cat door is. The litter is all out in the garage. So a little bit of litter does get tracked in when they come through the door. But, you know, that is the price of being a cat rescuer. Uh-oh. Daddy's home.
You hungry?
Yeah.
Hello, hungry boy.
And he took a nap for a really long time, so he's probably ready.
Yeah, man. You gonna come in here?
Yeah, just let me get the floors done.
Okay.
I actually get a lot of people asking me what I use to disinfect my floors. And it's just a tiny splash of bleach in a cup with a few drops of peppermint oil and then some hot water. This is my designated bleach cup, so nobody ever drinks out of this. You really don't need much. Just the tiniest little bit goes a long way. And then just a dropper full. Also not much, goes a very long way. And then some warm water. I also use a turbo mop, which is basically a washable Swiffer. And the reason I use a cup versus a bucket is just because I feel like it's cleaner. You're using a lot less product, a lot less water. And it makes a lot of sense to me with the turbo mop. I literally just splash a little bit on the ground, and then I get to mopping. So the last thing I'm gonna do tonight is clean up the powder bathroom. I did kind of run out of daylight, so I did not get the carpets steam cleaned, and I did not get the couches wiped down either. Tomorrow morning and finish that part of the vlog though, because that's a really important part of my process. Normally it doesn't take all day to do the deep clean. It's normally just like a few hours, but that's usually on Sundays when Kameron is home. So I chose to do this on Monday. Therefore, things were a little bit trickier. Things really aren't too bad in here, so I'm just gonna replenish some toilet paper in that thing and then take the trash out. I also always have a supply of feminine products just because wouldn't want yourself or any guests to be stranded and not have anything, right? Well, we're gonna meal prep for Tuesday and Wednesday, and I'll pick up tomorrow and we'll clean the floors and the couches. We're back. I'm exactly 3 coffees deep, and I am ready to do this. Today's main things is wiping down the couches, getting those ready for guests to sit on. They're furry again, no surprise there. And then steam cleaning the carpets, because I have a tendency to spill coffee whenever I walk around. I mean, let's be real. I'm usually carrying a baby in one arm and coffee in the other, so if one's gonna fall, you know it's gonna be the coffee. Yeah, there's one here. I'm certain there's a bunch next to the coffee machine. And here's one that I created this morning. Kieran is being super, super content, so let's see if we can get this done. Let's grab this thing. I get asked all the time what I put in my steam cleaner to clean the carpets. Do not use any shampoos. I don't think they work very well. I just use hydrogen peroxide and a little bit of peppermint oil. The hydrogen peroxide oxygenates everything. It kills bacteria, it kills organisms. So I actually use about 1/3 of the bottle. And this one's almost empty, so it really doesn't take much, just one dropper full. And then just hot water up to the fill line. All right, we are halfway done with the carpets in the living room, and this is why we do this every 4 weeks on the dot. I would honestly prefer just not having carpet at all, but you know, this isn't my house, so. Ooh. Gross. Whew. Everybody's pretty used to it at this point. They don't even flinch when I bring it out. But yeah, another grotesque pickup. And that's how much water I have left in the vessel. I've just done it so many times that I know exactly how much it takes. Next step, I don't have all day for this to dry by itself, is I'm gonna bring the huge fans that we got for exercising in the garage. I'm gonna bring them in here. Floors are pretty much entirely dry. Now we can wash the sofas. However, I am gonna just go over it again with the fur vacuum. Now, what I use for wiping down the sofas is pretty much the same thing as what I use for the carpets. It's exactly the same, actually. It is just hydrogen peroxide, some peppermint oil, and hot water. Now, if you've been following my vlogs at all, you've probably seen me do this before, and I just do it once a week. You know, cats use litter boxes, they walk on furniture, and I just like to clean that off. It really doesn't look that bad, but you know, just always like to get it nice and fresh. I mean, you don't want to like soak the thing, but you know, just dampen it, wipe it down good. Oh my gosh. Can we just... That is too cute. Well, I think that's gonna be it for this Clean With Me vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. I think probably between now and my family arriving for Thanksgiving, I probably will, you know, vacuum the couches and then I wipe down the counters every day. That's one of my non-negotiables. Like every single day it has to be wiped down. Let me know what one of your like every day you have to do it kind of like household chores are. But I hope everyone has a good Thanksgiving. I'm hoping we're gonna have a really good first Thanksgiving for this one, and we'll talk to you in the next one. Bye. Oh.
You like the tree?
Oh, you like Damien, huh?